So yeah, I've always envisioned having more than 2 kids. I never thought we were gonna have 4. And to be honest with you, I remember the day when Clara told me we were gonna have them before. I had to sit down and have a glass of wine over that one. But it's been a blessing, and I would never take anything back at all. It wasn't the plan, but I guess it was God's plan.
There you go. So as you rolled with the plan, sometimes people say the biggest adjustment is between like the first and the second, or the second and the fourth. I mean, it's always an adjustment, but for you, what was the hardest jump when each time you adjusted to having another one in your family?
Biggest adjustment, honestly, was number 3, because at that point you have more kids than hands, so you really do rely on having some level of support from your spouse. So I think the biggest thing was understanding you could no longer do something and just like exist in the same room as the kids, because there's always one going in another completely different direction from the other. The other wants to do something else. And so once you get to 3, it's a game changer in terms of how their needs and how they maneuver kind of just stretches things out to a whole nother level.
Yeah, we found that, so we have 3 beautiful daughters, but we get to 3rd, just all the expectations change. You're just trying to keep,
Yeah, 3 no less, and you're in the city, man. I mean, I listen, I could tell you what, we were in the Bronx when it was just the 3 of us, Adrian, our oldest, Clara and I. And when we started thinking about having, another child, I was like, there's no way we're going to ever stay in the city, because I could never see myself in the subway with the stroller in the middle of rush hour, trying to tell people like, hey, back up, like, my kid's in the stretcher. Come on, the stretcher. My kid's in the stroller. Get out of the way, or like running up and down in 95 degrees, garbage stinking kind of subway, like trying to get through the turnstile, folding the thing up to open it up and all of that other stuff, or waiting 10 minutes for the damn elevator to work if you're lucky enough to be in a station with the elevator. I was like, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to do it. And so Clara was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be that kind of person either. So, so that's when we started. I think that was one of the things, aside from the fact that I was like, we're not going to pay $1 million for like, a 10-foot backyard. I was like, we got to get out of here. So.
Right. But you guys then made the jump to Jersey, which meant you had the commute. So
yeah.
How did you make that work I know, so you were both commuting from Jersey into the city with young children for a while. How did you work that?
Honestly, I look back on those times and I wonder how we did it. I think, honestly, there's always a point in time where I look back in our journey in marriage and having kids, and I say, I don't even know how we did it. Even like last week, how did we do it? So, I think, honestly, it's really kind of like what parenthood is in a nutshell, right? You just kind of figure it out as you go. There's no manual for it. People kind of tell you what you should do or should be from an overall, like, characteristic standpoint, but you just really kind of, it's one big improvisation